So we just got Tico Talks for November. Here he brings a ton of exciting new info with regards to future changes, compensation, and a load of new content updates, including new tier 3 gear confirmed, with finally Rune Presets, along with much more, including the DPS meter. So let's get into the details and everything you need to know. He starts with a reminder: the Halloween event pretty much just has today and tomorrow left. Spend your candy corns, complete the dungeon, and get the remaining event rewards. He also acknowledges the Lucent mess up from earlier, where yes, they accidentally gave a guild over 12.9 billion Lucent, which they made the decision to split it amongst the guild members, who went and spent it on the auction house and basically destroyed it, collapsing the market. But if you are experiencing any issues, make sure to check your in-game mail, auction house, guild distribution, and otherwise contact support. In terms of orb weapon balance, they do say it's not finalized. There will be a bug fix coming this Thursday to summon satellites to make satellite copy work properly, but they're not happy with the overall state still. So we can expect even more tuning planned for later this month, particularly on that summon satellite. As for battlegrounds, they feel they're finally getting enough data from the different classes so they can implement some better balance. As a result, they will be reducing the distance on melee gap closers, for example shadow strikes so they can't teleport on top of you from a mile away, and reducing CC durations so they can't stun knock you for infinity. As for the heroic gear and the sync system, he explains why they had to add it, but thankfully confirms they will be working on compensation for players who invested in a second weapon before this change, just as the Korean devs confirmed. So we can be patient and wait for that. If you're playing on a new server, aka a hyperboost server, expect it to get fully integrated with legacy servers on December the 4th. This is not a merge, you will still have your own server as it were, but everything that's inter-server, like dungeon queues and things like that, you'll be queuing up with people from legacy servers. Same with battlegrounds, and you'll get thrown in the nebula rotation with them as well. Also means the auction house will be shared. But then we jump to upcoming content. So we've kind of seen this stuff before when we got the roadmap from the Korean devs, which was roughly translated to this. But very nicely, Tico goes on to confirm we'll be getting that time and space portal event along with a second Conquest of Guilds challenge. I'm not really sure what they mean by a second Conquest of Guilds, because I don't think we had one before, unless he's referring to the tournament. But that was hosted by Blue Squadron, so not exactly a developer thing. But if you check the Korean website, they at some point did have this Conquest of Guilds. So I assume it's a second run of that event. You can also see on their YouTube channel, here is where they hosted this guild tournament. So that's just coming November the 20th. But more excitedly, in December, we get confirmation of the first iteration of the DPS meter. Now this will just be personal, and starting out only in co-op dungeons, trials, and the raid. This will be awesome to help self-improvement by comparing your results between runs. They will be adding some new housing interactions like dyes, collectibles, furniture, and they will be revamping the 3-star dungeons 4-dimensional trials. That's the reason why we haven't had them yet, as they haven't gone through balancing them yet. They will be adding a new Abyss dungeon event, no further details on what it's about, a new codex, and new tier 3 gear. Now he does confirm it's going to have the same power level as our current tier 3 gear. I assume it's mainly going to be armor and new armor sets, just like we have with tier 2, where they stagger the releases. When you look at our current sets, you can see there's clearly missing a set for damage over time. So for example, as a Fury player, I'm stuck with Sacred, and then since there's no 2-piece crit set, I have to go with Spectral. So I have tier 2 armor there, which means I'm missing quite a bit of combat power. So here's hoping this will add a new damage over time set. He also confirms we will finally get the promised Rune Presets. So you'll be able to have a setup for PvP, for PvE, and also different builds based on what runes are optimal for them. Whether that's magic heavy, melee heavy, etc. And we will indeed get the return of the Christmas event, most likely without much changes. But then looking ahead in year 2026, he states they have plans to add the Tower of Greed, a solo tower climb mode, so that appears to have been moved from later this year to the next year. A new battlegrounds mode to expand on competitive options, probably something like team ranked mode. Right now it's just solo queue, and there'll be new co-op dungeons, further lifestyle and housing updates, and later a new region, raid and more features. Very likely these things will be around Q2. So yeah, that's about it. Again, with the announcement of new tier 3 gear coming, if you are still running some tier 2 stuff and aren't too excited about, say, the Blood Hunter set for PvE damage, by all means wait it out a bit longer, and we have some new sets confirmed to be dropping in December, so we can just wait for that. And overall, very happy to see the DPS meter will be coming soon too. So that's it for now. Another special thank you to all my channel members, and we'll see you guys around.